as long as I can remember growing up, we were at church Wednesdays, Sundays. I remember just growing up knowing and understanding what I was learning and having a pretty solid faith, I'd say, when I was younger. And then somewhere along the line, when I had started going to school, is when things started to change. I just remember having such a distorted view of the way things were, and so easily I would hear the enemy's lies. For a long time, I had taken that out on my parents, and we would get into fights. I would start fights with my parents because I'd be like, that's so unfair. Why would you punish me for that? Every time I would get disciplined or something, I would focus all my anger out on my mom, because society had told us that's what teens do. Teens will just go through those phases. But when we are in these phases, we create habits. I found myself in a path of so much hate and anger, and I didn't realize that the people who were disciplining me for my actions loved me. I remember fighting so bad, with my mom one day. I remember just running away. I remember wandering in a neighborhood trying to find someone I knew for my bus. I remember just sitting there, waiting for her to come home. And when she finally did, her mom was asking me all these questions, because she was like, do your parents know where you are? Have you called them or anything? I remember being terrified because something in me didn't want to lose him, even though my whole life I had been pushing him away. I remember trying here and there to hear God and get close to him, and then I would get distracted again. I remember not understanding why God wasn't talking to me. People at church were telling me, if you're following God or whatever, you'll hear him talk to you. I just didn't understand because none of it was clear. After falling back into sin and then trying to get out and then falling back and stuff, my mom and dad actually delivered me after a Wednesday in their bedroom. I remember there were things that I didn't know I was even holding on to. I didn't know I had so much anger and hate, and it was kind of such a relief to let go of it. And there was a lot of forgiveness I had to get over. At our old church that we were going to, I got baptized, and I think at the time it was because I just wanted to make my family proud, because I thought that was a Christian thing to do. I don't want to live like I was before, and I want to stay on the path that I am now. Now it really feels real and almost like I've made a promise.